Is it possible to make a profit in space? If so, what are the angles that others are using to profit from man's exploration of the universe? We're going to dive into that next on BTP Fusion. What's up, you guys? You're watching BTP Fusion. I'm your host, Derek West. Let's dive right into the business model of space, shall we? But before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the notification bell so YouTube lets you know when we drop more great content. Anyway, space exploration is the fantasy of many people the world over. People just love space. There's something about it that is romantic and that begs us to explore it, much like the siren call of the ocean in years and centuries past. Exploring the unknown is key to what it means to be a human being, and space is no different. That said, though, the height of space exploration seemed like ages ago. The 60s and 70s saw a major rivalry between two world powers and political ideologies for dominance in many areas. But the space race became a bit of a proxy for which power and philosophy would be dominant. With the US landing on the moon, the question of political superiority seemed answered in the minds of some, but new questions emerged. Among those, would we as a race be able to explore the universe further? And could the industry be self-sustaining? Another question, with how much ferocity are the viewers of BTP Fusion gonna smash that like button? My prediction is, with much ferocity. But since the early days of space exploration, several industries have emerged. Let's just take a look at a couple of them. The satellite industry. Everybody is probably aware of services provided by satellite providers. Namely, satellite television, provided by brands such as DirecTV, Dish Network, satellite radio, etc. If you stop and think about it, those enterprises are the first self-sustaining enterprises in space. Other ventures tend to be slightly more futuristic, yet attainable. An example would be satellites to capture geospatial data. For example, taking pictures of parking lots at Walmart and Target and selling that information to hedge funds. Now, why would you want to do that, you may ask? Well, traffic is a good indicator, particularly parking traffic, is a good indicator of economic activity. Hedge funds would then be able to use that data to predict the performance of certain businesses and even economies in general, allowing them to see around the corner, as it were, when making investment decisions. Sustainable business models are clearly the goal of many space entrepreneurs, such as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. They both know that a lot of space entrepreneurs know, however, that there will be losses in the near term as they develop their business model. And in pursuit of those goals, a couple billionaire entrepreneurs have a couple experimental business models in mind. In May 2019, Elon Musk's SpaceX launched a rocket that released 60 500-pound satellites into orbit, with the intent being to launch others and create a service called Starlink, a web of satellites supporting a global internet service. To that end, thousands more satellites are being readied to be launched. Another company, Telesat LEO, LEO stands for low Earth orbit, will launch what is being called a constellation of highly advanced satellites to seamlessly integrate with terrestrial networks. Telesat is a Canadian satellite and communications company. OneWeb Satellites and Airbus will begin launching 900 satellites into low Earth orbit in 2019 to deliver affordable global internet access. Amazon's Project Kuiper, I hope that's how it's pronounced, will place 3,236 satellites into orbit with the stated intention of providing low latency, high-speed broadband connectivity to unserved and underserved communities around the world, Amazon said in a statement to GeekWire. The proliferation of satellites providing broadband internet access will only help to fan the flames of the big data industries that are already starving for more and more information sets. And what's more, thanks to innovations that have helped to lower the cost of launching a rocket, the ability to launch a satellite may become more and more affordable. maybe not necessarily to the common man, but to medium and small sized businesses, this could become a very affordable prospect. Morgan Stanley has reported that the cost of launching a satellite has declined to about $60 million from $200 million because of reusable rockets, with prices predicted to fall as low as $5 million in the future. Advances in satellite mass production could decrease the cost from $500 million per satellite to $500,000. More data and better access to internet service is really just the beginning of the commercialization of space. Companies like Bigelow Aerospace are developing orbital. Not sure I'm having such a hard time saying orbital. Anyway, other companies are building microgravity laboratories where educators, scientists, and researchers conduct life-improving research. And let us not forget about the all-important space tourism angle. Richard Branson is of course trying to launch customers into low Earth orbit. SpaceX and others are trying to get passengers to at least orbit the moon, if not land on it. Other slightly more ambitious projects have been announced to attempt to mine minerals off of asteroids and other bodies such as comets. It's not all champagne and caviar, however. One of the reasons that space exploration has taken and is taking such a large arc of time is that space travel and space commerce is extremely dangerous. In terms of space tourism, the effect of placing people in space, where gamma rays and solar wind operate unimpeded by electromagnetic fields, offers an enormous challenge. Aside from creating the reusable rockets, that's probably the second biggest challenge of sending people to Mars, helping them deal with all the radiation that exists in space, naturally. That said though, there are certainly ways to overcome it. Different scientists have different angles, such as heavy shielding, generating our own electromagnetic field while on board a ship, etc. One thing is for certain, the business of space is really just getting started, and the future is as bright as the sun on which we orbit. Let us know in the comments down below who is going to get farthest in this new space race. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Richard Branson? Will any of them turn their business ventures into space into profitable enterprises? Or are all these just show businesses to keep them from being bored? Join the discussion and comment down below. You're going to want to subscribe and click the notification bell, because up next, we're going to talk about billion-dollar losers. So stay tuned. See you next time, and take care, everybody.